everyone. Welcome to the first ever Old Head on the Porch. This is an idea that I came up with simply because after moving to Houston, Texas, I moved into a house with a fucking porch. I got a porch. I've always wanted a front porch. I got one. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work it into a video somehow. So here you go. So what this is going to be is just me talking about shit going on in the news in the world of rock and metal that's important to me. I'll probably not talk about something that maybe somebody out there is like, hey, you should have covered this. No, I'm only covering shit that somehow tickles my fancy, if you will, or gets stuck in my craw, and other phrases like that. Today, to celebrate my move to Houston, Texas, I'm actually drinking a Crawford Bock, which is made by Carbach Brewery right here in Houston, Texas, and it's pretty fucking good. And if you look, that's the Houston Astros old school colors, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a sports guy. The jerseys, they call them jerseys in baseball, whatever they're called. Anyway, so let's just talk about some shit. This is just kind of whatever. I'm just out here on the porch having a brew and talking to my buddies out there. So honestly, we've all been stuck in quarantine, and I guess some places people are starting to go out, but I don't really think you should, but I haven't been. So of course you're looking around on the internet for shit to like watch and some entertainment here and there. And to me, the number one thing that has been the greatest thing that has come out of the quarantine on the internet is the sort of live song performances. I guess they're not live, but you know what I mean, the collaborative song performances that Charlie Benante from Anthrax has been doing. There's been a lot of different ones. The first one that was really great was Alex Skolnick on guitar, Ra Diaz from Suicidal Tendencies on bass, and they fucking covered Rush. I think they did 2 Rush songs, and they were both fucking brilliant, and it's just amazing. And then, Scott Ian got in, and Dan Lilker, and they did some SOD songs. The most recent one that I saw, they ended up getting fucking Corey Glover from Living Color to do a fucking Living Color song, and it sounds amazing. So kudos Charlie Benante for keeping us entertained. If you haven't seen them, you can go to Charlie Benante's YouTube page, and the series of videos is called Yo Watch the Beat, and I hope he fucking keeps doing them. And that's the thing that I'm enjoying about the quarantine, is the interesting things that are coming our way. We just got a acoustic. There's a fucking. All right. I don't know what did you see that? There was some sort of bug. If I get stung, I'm gonna keep it in the video because I think that would just be amazing. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm off topic. Metallica. They released that acoustic reimagining of Blackened, which is great. Honestly, I thought it was really good, and it reminds me of what they did when they did the school benefit thing. I don't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but they did a sort of stripped down acoustic version of Disposable Heroes that I think is really, really good. I'm trying not to bump the camera, I'm sorry. And so it almost makes me feel like maybe they should do a whole album of these stripped down reimagining acoustic versions. I'm sure all the cool metal dudes out there are like, they can't do that. I don't know why I gave you all the hipsters a southern accent, but whatever. So yeah, that was pretty cool that they released that. And on top of that, they've been releasing those Metallica Monday live concerts every Monday. I'm doing this. It's like I'm a. Do you remember in the old school days when the weatherman had a little stick that he would point at the wall? I'm indicating something with my beer. How's everybody doing? Everybody still watching? Anyway, so yeah, Metallica's been releasing a live concert every Monday, and for the first few I was like, all right, this is cool because they're all really good quality, but they're all from the past like 5-6 years. But then they finally released one from 1991, when, in my opinion, Metallica was at the top of their fucking game. Amazing. You can say what you want about the Black Album, but as a live band, they fucking killed it at that point. And good to see Jason Newsted up there kicking ass with Metallica. But on top of that, there was a live stream interview or whatever with Lars, and Lars basically planted the seed of perhaps there being an album that's being done or could be done during quarantine. He said that all the band members are living in different cities at this point, but if they they loosen the lockdown restrictions and they can get together and hunker down at their Metallica HQ and put out a fucking record, and that would be amazing. In fact, everybody should be doing that. I know you should be being safe, but you're around these band members all the time. Just get together and pump some shit out if you have the means. Obviously, not everyone is Metallica, and not everyone has their own goddamn studio to do what the fuck they want. But that would be great. I don't know. I'm just really, as much as I shouldn't be enjoying the quarantine, I am enjoying these things that are coming out, that I hope when this is all said and done, that artists continue to do these kinds of things. Live concerts, just streaming things, just being a little more creative with the internet, because we're all fucking on there. You're on there right now. I'm making a video for you. So yeah, anyway, what's next? Let me look. I got notes. So probably another thing that's been very entertaining to me this past week or two has been a Twitter battle between the frontman of the band Trapt and Riley, the frontman of Power Trip, which Power Trip is one of my favorite bands. They're from Dallas, Texas, from my home state, and they're one of the best modern thrash bands going today. And then Trapt is this sort of also ran new metal-ish kind of band that had a hit in the early 2000s. And when I say hit, I'm using that term loosely because I don't know the fucking song. But apparently the dude from Trapt, who, no shit, his name is Chris Brown. So, I don't know, maybe being a shithead, it has something to do with that name. But anyway, he apparently has said some really horrible shit, some bordering on racist or flat out racist. He just seems like a chauvinist piece of shit overall. He's kind of full of himself. And Riley from Power Trip has been taking him down a notch over and over again. And then, for no apparent reason, Mr. Trapt dude starts fucking with Ice-T. I mean, you just don't fucking do that. But this is all happening on Twitter. If you miss out the fun shit when you're not on Twitter. There's some really fun, fucked up shit that happens on Twitter, and this was happening where dude from Trapt was challenging Ice-T to a fight, and Riley, and Ice-T is just like, who the fuck is this bitch? And so it's, I don't know, it's hilarious. Anyway, I'm being high. Okay, I'm gonna have a drink. So anyway, that was highly entertaining. And last but not least, I'm gonna have to talk about this because it regards one of my favorite bands of all time. But I believe it was last week, Puddle of Mudd released an acoustic version. I guess they were playing at the Sirius XM studios, and they covered the song About a Girl by Nirvana. And if you haven't seen it, if you want to see something really horrible, go watch it. Otherwise, just steer clear of it because it's really bad. Like, me saying it's really bad isn't even doing it justice of how fucking horrible it is. And so that's just funny. It was a funny thing to watch. But then, I think not even 3 or 4 days later, Post Malone, who is not a rock artist, does this it's a streaming concert that he did to raise money for whatever charity he was doing it for. And he did an entire set of Metallica covers with Travis Barker on drums, and he fucking nailed it, including About a Girl. And so I'm just like, hey, Wes, how shitty are you? This other dude who is not even known as a rock artist can nail this song, and your ass can't. Well, I've obviously never been a Puddle of Mudd fan, so I don't give a shit. But props to Post Malone. Some of his music's okay. I'm not really that big a fan, but he pretty much nailed those Nirvana songs. And he included a bunch of deep album cuts. Like, he didn't just do Smells Like Teen Spirit and whatnot. Like, he did some shit where I'm like, I like that song. That's from side 2 of the LP. Anyway, I apologize if the camera got a little shaky. The rocking chair was rubbing up against the tripod. It's an amateurish thing here, folks, but I'll get better at it. I'll continue to do these old head on the porch videos. Number one, if you guys comment and react and like and subscribe and let me know if you are digging this, or should I just shut the fuck up and do my regular shit. If you'd like it, then the next time I have like a good list of things to talk about from the world of rock and metal, I will join you back here on the porch with another beer. Hold on. It's actually pretty good beer. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for joining me on my front porch for the first ever old head on the porch. And I will see you guys again with some sort of video really, really soon. Thanks for watching.